Durex.
What?
Condo company.
Yes, he said it right.
Uh-huh.
I mean, welcome to another episode of Podcast Tak
That one.
Berlesen. Oh, that one. Oh, okay. Podcast Tak Berlesen. Very, very special this time, Lin. And,
Pasal ni ke?
Oh,
Anugerah ni?
Oh yeah, this is also one. So thank you to PUBG Mobile also for this. Yeah, but today it's going to be full English.
Oh, full English?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
because we're going international.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So when is our flight?
When is our flight? Now, virtually.
Oh, virtually.
A virtual flight. So we will. It's PUBG Mobile, right? So you jump into flight and then you fly. Yeah.
Yeah, I will fall down faster because of my weight.
Oh,
So no parachute needed.
I think that's not how it works. Right?
Superhero land.
Is that the Newton? Okay, I forgot.
the mutant mod.
The Newton, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
what is falling down fast is our guest today. So we're going international. We're going to speak with someone from Shanghai.
Wow, so far
Wait,
away.
yes, I know, but we're still in the same time zone.
Okay, that's
So educational purpose, same time zone, okay? So we welcome Marcel from Shanghai.
Hello guys. Thank you for having me, Andrew and Ling.
We actually met each other first time in Asian Games.
Oh.
Yes, we were introduced by a common friend, which is a media from Vietnam. So Marcel is the famous media person in China.
Oh wow! So big guys. We have two big stars here. You, which is the biggest news for Malaysia, and from China as well.
And you, the biggest
Size.
legendary esports guy in Malaysia.
Hopefully.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some international happenings, and this is going to be the interesting part of this episode because we're going to include news from outside of Malaysia.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's spicy.
Okay. You want to tell people like what you do there since this is the first episode?
Yes. Hi. My name is Xiao Ma. I have been a esports journalist for 7-8 years, and I started covering mainly League of Legends, all the competitions. Then I moved to covering all the industry news. So I went to TI, Variant, Tokyo Masters, and the Asian Games, and PUBG Mobile Global Championship. Oh, I forgot to mention Mobile Legend M5 last year. So I go to all the events and covering all the news. That's why I got to meet all the new people like you, Andrew.
Okay, I think the easiest question to ask is what game haven't you go? Because it seems that you go to every game like in the world right now.
I wish to go to a CS:GO major. Maybe CS2 major right now.
CS2 major. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's the dream.
Yeah, so we have see all the footage, like people are crazy opening cases on site. Yeah, that's some exciting place to be, and it will be nice to be in Shanghai major this year. They will have a Shanghai major at the end of this year.
Oh, so there's a lot of major events happening in China this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. I know two, like the CS, and another one is like a PC game. I can't remember. It's not Valorant. Something else.
Which one is it then? It's Valorant for sure.
Is it Valorant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have misread that one.
Okay, never mind. But we'll talk about like some of the bigger news here. So maybe we can start off with you. Like, what do you have to share for us?
One thing recently happened is MLBB just got approved at the start of last year, but that it took them like 1 year to prepare everything. They have a new head of esports who previously worked in Tenjin, you know.
Tencent is the developer for what game?
They are half owned by Tencent and half owned by Riot Games. They run all the League of Legends esports in China. So they are basically a top esports company in China. They treat esports like legit sports. That's the one thing I respect them most. You know, so they, after a few of successful years, they have provided a lot of talent, or maybe just successful people to work in different aspects in Chinese esports. So I met the guy who will be running the Chinese esports league in M5. He previously worked in Tianjin, so he has a great experience of esports.
But it took a very long time. The discussion about Mobile Legends to kickstart in China has been like for a year or maybe 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But I recently saw the esports roadmap for 2024 for Mobile Legends, and they have the multiple regions, and they even want to make MSC global. So they want to include
Global
teams
MSC.
from outside of Southeast Asia inside MSC, which is the mid-season or the mid-year tournament.
Yeah, media tournament.
But what I noticed inside of that is that there is no China inside there, or no China MPL inside of the whole presentation. So maybe you can share us some insight what's happening there in China.
I think because every game has to be approved by Chinese government, and to be frank, it's kind of random. They didn't have all the preparation before the game was approved, so they got a different game. I forgot the name of the game. Approved 1 month before MLBB got approved. So they think, okay, one of our games just got approved. So maybe MLBB will be delayed to a different time. But the next month they got MLBB approved. So they were putting all the resources to the previous game. So they weren't really ready at that time. So it took them a lot of time to prepare all the right people, right infrastructure, and I think they don't want to make it. They are little bit behind, right? They are already behind Wangzhe or Honor of King already, so they don't need to rush. So they want to prepare everything, so it won't fail at the very beginning.
But this makes me wonder, right? Like when they launch there, what's the status of the game right now? I think recently they started the beta version.
It's better. It's better. I played it on my Android phone, so it's better for Android phone. No iOS test already. No iOS.
So it's still beta, right? So it's very hard for us to say like, oh, what is going to be the plan for them to enter the Chinese market?
Not only that, I want to see like how many people will migrate from Wangzhe to MLBB.
Yes.
To be frank, it's almost the same style. It's a MOBA kind of play style. So people from Wangzhe will be like, if I don't succeed in Wangzhe, MLBB could be my second chance to become a pro player.
Reminds me of when Warif launched in
rest in
Malaysia.
peace.
Yeah. Too bad for Warif. Same case, right? When Warif launched in Malaysia or in Southeast Asia, it cannot overtake Mobile Legends and
We
AOV.
know it cannot, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a longer conversation to that, but we already can see that it's very difficult to overtake. But how do you think that will be? How do you think the adoption will be for Mobile Legends? Because Wangzhe is very strong there.
Frankly speaking, it's never going to go head to head with Wangzhe. It's just like Wild Rift is years behind, and the most crazy thing about Wangzhe is not all the kids playing Wangzhe. It's all the people who work in grocery store who sell deliveries. They have play Wangzhe whenever they can because it's a mobile game. It's easy to access, and it has a lot of Chinese stories behind the characters. So they are really bound to the game, and it's not only a game for them. It's a social network for them. So the people get laid on that game.
How?
They kill you in game. I'm not going to continue that.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I know people who play games and then they get married, like they find couples there. So.
It's in newspapers for PUBG Mobile as well. We have a few people that does that.
But so what is the plan here, right, for Mobile Legends in China? Okay, so what I see, what I observe, like KBG, Keep Best Gaming, they open a global recruitment for players and even coach to play with them there. So it seems like for organization perspective, they are, at least for KBG, the one that I see that is really active, they are interested to be serious about investing into this scene. But without knowing like how will the roadmap be for Mobile Legends there. So I don't know, what do you think might go through the minds of like the organization culture there?
We have to recognize one thing is that esports or maybe the overall economy is not very great right now. So all the orgs, all the players, all the coaches, they want to get any opportunities they can, but there have to be something in return immediately. So without a plan, I don't think the orgs are really looking into investing in this game like as soon as possible. They want to wait until, okay, are you going to provide a big enough prize pool? Are you going to provide big enough business opportunities? Are you going to do you have right people to run this business? Because people know people in this industry, right? So you have reliable people, you have a good business plan, you have good return in short and in long term. Okay, maybe we are invest in this game. So you haven't seen any huge org to go to MLBB, right? So they were a little bit. Just like I said, I don't think Muton is rushing everything. They will do stuff, but they know they are behind. They want to get everything right.
But with KBG, so they played M5 Wildcard and also Nova played in MPLI. Like, what is the perception of the community there? Like, do they care the fact that you have Chinese teams playing in Mobile Legends World Series tournament or not?
It's too early to talk about a Chinese community for real. We haven't played this game yet. How can you talk about the community here? So I think it's a good anchor for Muton and the community to start. Okay, we have a Chinese team that we can care. It's just a starting point. So then I've seen Muton creating more and more Weibo accounts to publish all the news because they, like you said, the Chinese team give people something to care. Then after some time, maybe some fans after playing in the beta or after playing in the real game, they will start to follow the esports scene, but it will take time.
It's hard. It's quite hard for us to judge. But whatever the case may be, this is the same problem with League of Legends and Dota. There are going to be one person that is going to be hardcore Wangzhe fans. That's going to be a hardcore MLBB, hopefully in the future for them. And competition is still good. Whatever the case may be, we will win. We get the better game out of it.
One thing I have to say, because I'm not a big mobile gamer myself, so some of my fans gave me some feedback about MLBB. They think number one, the quality is quite nice because remember Wangzhe is a little bit old now, so it's not a brand new game. So the MLBB Chinese version it's not actually called MLBB, so it's a different version of it, a little bit different. So
what do they call it in China?
决胜巅峰. I don't know how to say it in.
I can't do that. Can you?
I thought your Mandarin upgraded like
No.
20 minutes ago.
No, that was reading comprehension.
Yeah.
Comprehension.
And one of my friend actually mentioned that he likes the hitting effect in MLBB because it hits harder than other mobile games. It's like
It's harder.
it's
the effect.
The team fight. The
the
fight
feel,
is like
the
much
feeling.
more.
It's like
The feeling?
it's more like a fighting games compared to Wangzhe.
Oh, the last hit when the skill hits you, they have like
Yeah.
a small animation.
Oh, like a spark or
That's
something
why
like
it
that.
feels like
Animation.
stronger.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so I have actively played both versions actually.
Oh,
so obviously Mobile Legends,
Of course,
Malaysia,
yeah.
of course. I played Wangzhe, but I play in the Brazil server because we don't have it here with about 40 ping, which is not bad.
If 40 is okay.
Yeah, 40 is
40
not bad.
okay.
So my thought about the difference between the two games is Mobile Legends is a more simpler game, all right? And it's meant for simplicity.
Yes.
Wangzhe, one thing that I can feel can be improved, at least from my view as a casual player, the damage output is just too high at late game.
It's a burst.
Yeah, the burst is just too high for late game, number one. Number two, the minion is too tanky versus the turret. So it's like the turret can shoot the minion, it's like even the normal minion, it takes too much for them to take it down.
Yeah, actually, I play Wangzhe as well. When they were trying to break it to Southeast Asia. There's an English version, but not fully translated. When we
It's the in-game translation.
Yeah, in-game translation. We have a Wangzhe team before this.
Oh yes, you have.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
We have a Wangzhe team, so they invited me to play, and I have an account to play. It's literally like a comparison between Dota and League of Legends again. You know how Dota is for last hitting. It's more micro.
Yeah.
It's all about timing. So that's Wangzhe. Mobile Legends is like League of Legends. You can go in, you can go out really fast, the mobility of it, but it feels like a cartoonish kind of fighting style. There's a lot of effects here and there. There's a lot of skills that goes involved with it, and the team fight is a bit more longer. Wangzhe is then you're done.
Yeah, that's exactly what the CSO of Alliance, Kelly, that's exactly what she said. Like, you have watched my interview with Loda last month. Yes, off the record, he told me he played MLBB a lot. So the two biggest mobile game for himself is are PUBG Mobile and MLBB. But his wife Kelly, he thinks MLBB is too much like League of Legends. It's like people fighting each other, lack of a strategy. Do you think it's the same?
It's just fight.
Yeah, it's just fight.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, but I want to come out from the China region, right? I want to come to Southeast Asia because on the opposite side, Wangzhe or Honor of Kings, they want to launch in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Then here comes the same question: how are they going to overtake Mobile Legends in Southeast Asia? So, what some of the conversations that maybe you might have heard there? What is their plan to move into Southeast Asia?
I mean, the info is not out yet. Maybe it will be out when we publish this episode. But I've heard that they are going to push Honor King instead of AOV more in the future. And because I don't actually know the reason behind it. I just observed. Do you guys know the situation in KIC this year?
What situation?
No.
Like they got a mixed vision of HOK and AOV in the global championship game, but neither part, like KOPL teams and the foreign teams, they were not happy with it. They have to adjust. They have to adjust to the like one-off meta, but the balance is not there. Was not there.
Oh, is it like the Asian Games version? Mixed. So they use the same version at KIC?
It's not exactly the same. And you know what's crazy? They changed the rule a little bit halfway through the tournament because some because some champion or heroes were too OP. There were no best team can do the work without enough data, right? It's just a new game. They found out some heroes are too OP, so they ban it.
Oh, what changed? So they disabled the champion
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yes.
Perma ban the champion in the middle.
Yes.
Wow.
And it favors some teams, right? It was a huge issue. Like it was a huge mess. But I don't think it's a reason why they want to push HOK more. Maybe because ALV are run by Greener. Maybe just some decision from higher up. They think HOK like maybe build a universal scene like people use HOK. There will be no conflict like that, like KIC.
So obviously we don't know what is the official plan yet for HOK to come into Southeast Asia, right? But okay, let's put discussion time. If you are HOK, like what would you do to enter the Southeast Asia market?
I will not compete with MLBB.
Okay.
I will try to make a community and try to make like a truce.
Truce. Okay.
Yeah, like a truce between both of these games, because for sure you cannot beat. Just look at Wild Rift as an example. They were trying their best to make a competition out of MLBB and Wild Rift. And when you have a competition, you have a winner and a loser. We don't want that situation. We want a healthy competition where both of them wins. So either you don't make a big tournament at the same time with MLBB, which what Wild Rift have done before this. You don't try to come to our place is better than their place, rather than your tournament is finished, now come to us, let's enjoy this together. And when we are done, let's go back there to MLBB. I think that's the safest way for us to be alive together, not die.
Okay, but do you think that MLBB will see Wangzhe in Southeast Asia as a threat? Because MLBB is obviously very strong in Southeast Asia. They want to keep this market, right?
I don't know. Maybe you guys can talk about how popular MLBB is in Southeast Asia, right? Like I said, in China, HOK is played by everyone, like all the middle-aged or maybe even older people who worked in grocery stores. That's very stable users. They are not going to go to different games. They don't have time for that.
For Malaysia, it is that situation. We always go to Mamak. For our style, it's like a food store. We always see either PUBG Mobile or MLBB. We don't see Pokemon. What is it? Unite. Pokemon Unite.
Yeah.
We don't see any other MOBA that people play.
Yeah, and I can understand why, right? Like people don't want to learn new games because, like for us, we are in the esports scene, so it's our job to explore the new game and learn and all that. But for casual people, they have their normal day work.
Yeah.
They have to go to school, so they cannot come home and learn another new game. Like they don't have time for that. Yeah. So that's why it's going to be hard for them to adopt a totally new game.
And for food, we have comfort food. This is like comfort game. They just want to enjoy. They don't want to learn.
Yes.
Yes. So I believe all the new esports titles or all the new games they are not going to compete with like the top game in each country or in each area. Like they are targeting the newer players, like maybe 6 or 7 year old in your country. They haven't experienced a lot, but at that point of their life, they get access to a game like HOK in Southeast Asia or MLBB in China, or maybe just Valorant in China. Okay, they will be a hardcore user of that game. Yeah, so I don't think it's a relationship. I don't think it's going to be a hardcore, bloody competition because they are not targeting the already exist audience. They are targeting a new audience. I think that's the way.
So you mentioned about Valorant, right? So there is also some news. Actually, there's like big news that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, China has launched VCT in China.
Ooh.
And the moment they launch is straight up franchise teams, right?
Whoa.
Yes.
What is the reception there in China? Because this first time straight launch all in franchise. So do you think it's going to work out well?
I have been follow Valorant since the very beginning. I found this game on Twitch. It was a huge game on Twitch, and even the head of what's her name, Anna, like he's producer of this game in Riot Games. She is a producer of the game in Variant, and she admit they didn't expect this game to do so well, but it was a huge success, and I have been reporting it since the very beginning, and I worked closely with the leagues until now. I think the game is great. We have all seen the potential of it. It's basically a League of Legends version of CS, in my opinion.
True.
Yes, people have a lot of stuff to do, easy stuff to do. Just put up a robot, put some traps, right? You can heal people, you can feel useful, right? Yes, it's not like CS, you got one shot and that's it. You have to watch the rest of the game. So it, so the game is good, and secondly, I truly believe Tenjin, like I mentioned, Tenjin Esports is the best esports company. It's not because I worked with them. It's not because we have a business relationship. Because they treat esports like a real sports. They have right people, the right mindset, and they are not going to do it half baked.
Okay, I want to know this part, right? Like when you say they treat esports as a real sport, what do you mean by that?
A lot of games have esports right now, and they have esports division right now. But usually they are under the marketing team, so they treat it as a way of marketing of the game, which I agree with.
Okay.
But Tenjin Esports is an independent company who fully focus on esports business. From the very beginning, esports is an independent thing for them. It's not a marketing department of Tencent.
So on a practical basis, like what do they do to make it a business, and how is it different from a marketing arm for a publisher?
Yes, like for a division on the marketing team, they have to consider the interest of the game. Like first, how much can we promote this game and to get players to pay in the game? That's their number one goal, right? An independent esports company like ESL, they have to think, how can we make money through the esports tournament? We can't afford losing money all the time because we can make it back in the game. Our ecosystem have to sustain itself. It's hard for esports teams and orgs to make money, right? We all know that. But they have the drive to fight how can we make it better, you know? It's not like marketing team, we get a budget from the game itself. Okay, that's it.
So what have they done, like practically, to make it successful? And yeah, what impressed you?
I'm not sure if it's like 100% growth thing, but I have to mention because League of Legends is developed by Riot Games, who is an American company, which is owned by Tencent, obviously, but they are run by American people. You know, when they started the league in America, in Europe, and even the Overwatch League, who also run by American, they want teams to be independent. They have independent brands, right? They don't want to sell naming rights because in NBA, in NFL, they think, okay, our branding is so valuable, so if we can build a league like NFL, we can sell all the merchandise, all the ads later, which will make millions of dollars, right? But in China, we have recognized that it's really hard to monetize esports, so we ditched maybe not we, the people who run League of Legends esports in China, they just teach the principle of Riot Games. We can sell naming rights. We sell to Bilibili, we sell to Jingdong, all these big platforms. They buy the slot, they buy the team to promote their own company. So that's what's making Chinese esports running. Like it's deep a little bit, but it's still running smoothly. But in America, you guys must have seen a lot of teams are struggling. LCS went to 8 teams from 10 teams because they can't find enough sponsorship to sponsor their brand. Like I talked to AG's CEO. When CLG, you guys know CLG, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
CLG.
Counter Logic Group, which was really most famous in League of Legends brand
Yeah.
like 10 years ago.
Yes.
Like they have been there for forever, but they disbanded for nothing. So at that time, I was doing an interview with AG's CEO. Like I asked him. He had a strong background of branding, so he told me that means the brand means nothing to investor.
But I think
for
like
American style, for American style.
yeah, but I want to summarize my thought right on that is that because the difference from what I understand is that so obviously it's not a marketing tool for the game.
Yeah.
So they are not related to like okay we create the esports and the in-game sales will go higher
Yeah.
rather than what they do is that we focus on the esports only and
Yeah.
how to make the entire ecosystem be self-sustainable itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more like the business focus.
Yeah, it's more like it's not you do you. It's like let me help you help me.
Correct.
Kind of style.
Yeah. They're like a solutions provider to the publisher. Yeah. But are they directly linked to a game or they can do any game?
No, they are not actually third parties. They, like I said, they are half owned by Tencent, half owned by Riot Games. So
Yeah,
50-50.
You see the streamers Tens or Asu, they play other games. Like the competitor for Valorant right now is the finals. The finals is a direct competitor to Valorant. And they can still play it. They are streaming it. They are streaming the final more than Valorant, even though they are partnered. It's still good. Like we don't see that here. If you play PUBG Mobile, that's the only game you play. MLBB, that's the only game you play. You can go outside of it.
It's the same in China. Like so streamers are basically tied to one successful game.
So if they play Wangzhe, they can only play and they can only stream Wangzhe. They can play of course anything, I'm sure.
Off stream.
But they cannot do content on any other game, I guess. It's the same thing.
Yes, but the dynamic is changing a little bit right now. It was reported, but not by myself, so it's okay. I can talk about it. It was publicly reported. So one of Wangzhe's big streamer went to not Tencent on the stream platforms. Guess what? TikTok in China.
Douyin.
Douyin. Yes. So he couldn't stream Wangzhe for some months because Douyin is not Tencent on, right? It's ByteDance. It's called TikTok right now, right? The parent company, right?
Yeah.
But TikTok, they disbanded their gaming division last year, and it was reported that TikTok is in talk with Tencent. They are going to stream Tencent on the esports title in China. So the dynamic is a little bit changing because obviously people in Tencent recognize TikTok is still number one platform for like short videos.
Yeah.
So they need the exposure, and on the other hand, the TikTok have admit they can't do games right, so they just disband the whole division. So which raises some concern about MLBB in the future, because you guys know TikTok on MLBB right now. So I've heard from Mutong it will be fine. Mutong is running MLBB quite independently, even after they were acquired by TikTok. It won't affect them too much. Okay, but we also see TikTok Wangzhe in Douyin in the future, like at the same time. It was not possible before that because Tencent games got broadcast on Tencent platforms.
That is a whole different topic that we can touch on, because me and my friend, we were talking about after the acquisition, after the bought of MLBB, the content of MLBB have been pushed to audience, even though like we click not interested, that means we cannot show MLBB. They don't want to see MLBB anymore, but it feels like Tencent or it feels like TikTok is pushing it.
Right. Yeah. And obviously there's a lot of campaign.
Yeah, there's a lot of MLBB campaign. Yeah.
If Tencent makes the acquisition,
Yeah.
then maybe like at least for us here, Tencent PUBG Mobile is like very big here, right?
Yeah.
Will the switch happen?
Yeah, with the algorithm change.
Everything is pushed out for PUBG Mobile now.
That's why it's a bit scary because all of our content, like, we need to change the style just because of that algorithm change. Oh, I don't know. I'm still waiting lah. Everything here is still like an experiment. We don't know for sure is it going to happen or not.
But how concerned is Moonton with this switch then?
It's huge.
Yeah.
Like, content is everything now. If people's content are not being pushed and numbers is not there, why should they make more content of that? Rather than switch up the game to make more news out of it. So,
yeah. I think this will also definitely change a lot of dynamics, especially if content is very important and it switches to from one game to the other. And that's why throughout especially when Mobile Legends had a good partnership with TikTok, we can see that even like myself, right? I was also sent to cover M5.
Yep.
Yeah, on behalf of TikTok.
Yeah.
And they also set us like a set amount of KPIs that we need to do all that. So you can see that they're really pushing out and out the content. And also you shared with me a screenshot of a report saying that the number of views that they got through TikTok and is in billions, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's different.
Yes. It's a report by the esports chats who do all the viewership stuff on different platforms. They say MLBB just made break the record of any esports title on TikTok.
This one is from the world.
Right.
But it's not only for TikTok.
Yeah, so I'm looking at esports chart right now. Maybe we can put it up somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. So according to esports chart, Mobile Legends is 530 million views, and the next one is PUBG Mobile 135 million views. So it's almost
It's not in
three times. It's
Three
almost
times.
three times difference. It's crazy. But if the numbers all show this, right?
Yeah.
Would Moonton not want to fight for their partnership with TikTok then?
I don't know for sure, but I think it's a great time to make a record like that, you know?
Yeah. Good opportunity to
Yes.
capitalize.
So at least people within TikTok are more familiar with MLBB and have seen their potential. Like, if they want to switch, I mean, it's easier to switch to Tencent games in China because they have seen it from other platforms. But outside China, especially in Southeast Asia, MLBB is definitely number one. You know, I don't think they are going to afraid of anything. Like, and I was in a meeting with not. I interviewed any guy from Muton. I was in a meeting together with a Muton guy. He mentioned in the meeting to like other people, they have a really strong base in Southeast Asia. Like they are super confident, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't think they will worry about anything. And one thing I'd like to mention is that I've noticed that Muton has see Southeast Asia as like their home already, but they are trying to make it more global. Have you noticed that?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. That is why they switched the MSC, which in previous years focused on Southeast Asia only, and this year in their roadmap, the MSC will be known as Mid-Season Cup. So they rebrand it to allow teams from outside of Southeast Asia to come in. But that one thing that I don't, so we don't know how many slots and what countries will be involved. But I'm curious to find out whether China will have a slot or not.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge thing because of course they're going to go to America, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
NA, EU, that's a given. But China will be the one that people like. Okay, this is dangerous.
Yes.
I remember there was a guy from Germany, I guess,
Oh yes.
in M5.
Yeah, the Kid Bomba.
Ah,
Kid
yeah.
Kumba.
Yeah, Kid Bomba, the big guy.
Yeah, he's kind of popular, right?
Yes, yes, he became quite a fan favorite there in China.
really?
Yes, Kid Bomba. So that also like for them to position the content onto him, and he has the right personality. So you can imagine, because you put him as like the face
Yeah.
at some point,
The idol.
the idol. So people from Europe or CIS
Yeah.
area, they would look at it and say, "Oh, we have our idol at the world stage." So the marketing can penetrate there
Yeah.
through him.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like us with solos lah.
Yeah,
It's
correct.
a huge- Oh, okay.
Or you have a faker and you
Ah,
penetrate the Korea market,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, right? Yeah, similar to that. But I have another thought as well, coming back to the streaming platform and the
Okay.
numbers, right? Maybe it's not that Moonton does not want to retain the business relationship with
Okay.
TikTok, but maybe it is people like Tencent that is super interested and they see the numbers and they want to put something on the table to say, okay, how can we be
Yeah.
the shareholder?
Because the Nobo is nice, the numbers is nice, and they want to like, okay,
Yeah.
I want them to be mine.
I want them to be mine
Yeah.
now, right? Yeah. So I think it's maybe that could be the flip side, right?
Yeah, it could be cool.
But what do you think? Do you think that could be the case, or
I mean, we are talking about the stream platform market, right? So TikTok is definitely the number one, in my opinion, like globally, in terms of the short video. How do you say it? We call it short video. How do
Yeah.
you say it?
It's short video, same lah.
yeah, same.
same,
Yeah.
same
Okay,
only.
same like us. Okay.
He's
Yeah,
getting
I
the
think
line,
You get it lah.
I'm learning English. So yes. Like you learn the Chinese from.
Yeah. Just by screenshot.
So the screenshot I learned already.
Yeah, yes. So in terms of short videos, I think they are the number one, and they are backed by huge competitive. How do you say it? Like the best algorithm mechanics in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree to
Agreed.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Based on that, they can develop things like Douyin. They have like a creator tool called Jianyin in China. So people in China don't use PR anymore. Like normal people don't use PR anymore. They use the tool from TikTok. So they open up a lot of opportunities for content creators. Like my mom can make a short videos by using Douyin's product right now.
Simple, easy.
So I think nobody can deny it, even Tencent. So they have to collab with them to push their IPs to more platforms, to more audience.
but let's also remember that Tencent does not only have PUBG Mobile as their product.
Yeah, they have a
They
lot.
have so many games. Yeah. They are one of, I would say, if not the biggest game publisher in the
I
world.
remember when there was a list of all the games that Tencent touch in the world. It's above 90%. Like even the game that you have no idea that have ties with it because of 1% of shareholding. Even League, even Dota is technically they have a few percentage as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Even in Riot Games as well.
Yeah, Riot Games
Tencent's
as well.
involved.
If
Free
Riot
Fire.
Games is like how much? Free Fire. Yeah, Tencent
Yes.
don't really have to worry about being. But of course, if they have a chance to capitalize on one, then it's like an easy answer. Of course, they want to do.
Yeah, but honestly, even if let's say I'm like this big shot guy,
Yeah,
shareholder, I own 55% of Tencent.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay. Let's say if I'm that, right? But if I am that, I would easily, no brainer, invest in TikTok.
True.
Easily.
Yeah, I will agree. Yep.
Yeah, because I have so many. My products are solid. Like all, there are a lot of running games and there are good leagues and all that. All I need to do is just to have a streaming platform to market, push my product out further. I'm good. That will be for me if I'm up there and I probably see it as okay. That is my key missing puzzle.
Yeah.
I have that in. I conquer the world.
Yeah, and also I remember before this when TikTok was first announced in America, someone from Facebook I think it's Facebook or Google, they want to buy the algorithm that TikTok have. Because they have
Yes, I've heard that.
yeah,
Yeah.
how many billion they want to pay, and
Is
they're like,
that possible?
yeah, they wanted to buy. They said, can I learn from your algorithm? I want to put it in my site as well, and they want to pay like a few billion USD. And TikTok was like, nah, I'm good.
I have to mention again, TikTok, before TikTok, it's called ByteDance.
Yeah,
ByteDance.
ByteDance.
It's raised to power because of their algorithm. They had a app called, what's it called? Headlight Today. Like I translated it literally.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Headlight Today. Like
Okay, it's something
like
in
it's
Yeah,
Mandarin.
it's Mandarin.
in China, like, so yes, in Mandarin, yes. At that time, Baidu, Tencent, they are just top dogs. People think, okay, that's it for the internet era, but they raise to power because of algorithm. They push all the news, basically articles and pictures to people based on their algorithm. So they raise to the power because of algorithm. It's not because short videos. At that time, they are kind of on par with Tencent already. Then they released TikTok, which overtakes the short video industry. Like they create a market before anybody else. Then they are number one short form video platform in the world. So their biggest strength is their algorithm.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt.
However they did it, it's amazing. But you know what? Some of the interesting things that happen in the world also is that esports is starting to be recognized within the Olympic structure. So like even in last year, is how we met. It was in Asian Games. But yeah, that will be an interesting thing to see. Like how will it continue to grow?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Maybe when the Chinese team. Oh yes, I talked to one of the guys, like who is from Indonesia. He's a reporter. Just a quick. He's a. Can I finish a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
No worries.
Yes. I talked to. Do you know Valor to Asia? Maybe you
Yep.
don't follow. You know Valor to Asia?
They are Valor to Asia is basically the media, but they only cover Valorant news.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you do follow Valorant a little bit? Okay.
Yeah, they follow
yeah.
me on Twitter. I follow them.
So that's why.
Wow, big boss. Yeah, because I have a good relationship with their reporter and I interviewed their boss before. So I was thinking about we can do an episode later, with Valor to Asia. Like we can focus on Valorant when the new season begins and all the VCT stuff.
So esports coming into the Olympic structure, right? So being at Asian Games, I thought that wow, it's amazing to get to see how the thing run. And for me as a talent when I was there, even the flow of how we do commentary is different. It already goes to like sports type of commentary. So it's not your entertainment sort of esports
There's the
type.
segregation to all the topics they need to discuss before going into the game, right? That's the difference.
Yeah, and the way we deliver. So it's not like hype casting and all that. It has to be like, because you would think that your audience can no longer be esports audience only because the whole world is watching because it's country medals and all that, right? But I recently read an article from a local media. So this journalist was writing about actually he disagreed that esports should be in Asian Games. He disagreed. Yes,
he disagreed.
Correct. He disagreed, and why he say that is because that it is not a sport to him. So, yeah, basically, right, it is not a sport to him. So there is still this perception from the public that oh, why is this people pressing buttons there,
They're
but
not
why is it in
sweating.
the Olympic structure, right?
Yeah.
They're not sweating and all this. But what is the sentiment of the Chinese region on having the esports in Asian Games there?
I mean, it's quite a dangerous topic to talk about, but
Or the community, let's talk about community.
yeah, it's okay, it's okay. I'll provide some information because esports is always debatable question for a lot of people. Uh, in general public, is esports a sports? Like within the esports audience, what is esports? Like, why is League of Legends is esports, but League of Tanks is it esports? They can brand it as esports, but do people watch it? Right? So when people watch it, I think it's esports. It's a competition. It's a show, right? So people have eager to watch it and experience it, and maybe improve how they play the game. I think that's the esports. Like, let's talk about the esports situation in China, because a lot of people still have a negative view against not esports, against the game. It's not towards esports because people think, okay, gaming doesn't do anything productive, right? They don't contribute to the normal achievement of the society,
Yeah.
right? So they think gaming is a waste of time. That's how the debate begins. Question is actually, should gaming be a part of our society? I think that's a bigger question. So I think the people who oppose esports within the sports definition, they oppose game. They think games are useless. So as that about that, I don't think I can change their view about it. So let them go. I don't care about them. Like, people who are neutral about game or people who loves game but they don't know about esports. I think Asian Games is a great way to show them how great esports is. People get together, people from all over the country to get together. I meet you guys, right? So players compete with each other. It's just like sports. We enjoy the same excitement, same happiness, and the same maybe regrets and sorrows after we lost, right? It's a emotional experience. So that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I just felt the regret and sorrow. Not really regret, but I just felt the sorrow and the sadness when yesterday, well, at the time of this recording, of course, our Valorant team at Predator League unfortunately did not come up with a win at all. So I was like really, really sad that I had to make a Twitter post to share my thoughts to the public. So yeah, I won't delve into that. But coming back to the topic, actually it's not the first time that we have this conversation.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Okay.
so my opinion, and I think you might agree with this, is that we in Southeast Asia, we always think that China esports market is like boom.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Yes.
So when I hear Xiao Ma saying that actually our esports is, I have to like, really?
Yeah, it feels like I don't want to believe it.
Yeah, you find it hard to believe
It's
also,
hard
right?
for me to believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We always, the first esport hotel is still in Korea, in China. It's like one of the best. Even like infrastructure for gaming China is the best for you to play games. They have a structure there where you have curfew time to play games and not play games, which is healthy. Then to hear that,
Yeah, it's hard for us to believe that, like in this side of the world, right? And I'll add one more point, and why to me I feel it's hard more to believe, right? So when I was at Asian Games, so let's say if you have the game that is maybe at least in our perception, not so popular. So, for example, Dream Tree Kingdom,
Okay.
right? So, if you put Dream Tree Kingdom here, nobody will show up at the event.
Yeah.
But, but there, every
It's full.
I would say that it's maybe 70-80% full.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for a game that is like not global enough.
Yeah. Even I'm like, what game is that?
I know. Okay, so I'll take that one. Maybe it's really for the Chinese region market, that game. But if I take, like, for example, let's say in the grand finals, you
Okay.
have two countries that is neither from the Chinese region or from Southeast Asia region,
Okay,
or the
yeah.
regions that is nearby, right? So the finalist countries are like from far. I switch it to the perception here. Let's say if you have a grand finals of what game? X game,
Yeah.
grand finals, and then you have two teams, but the two teams are not the popular teams. You would.
We
you
have
would
the
the
example
audience.
before this. Like
Yeah.
for M5, I'm dating this, but for M5, remember people are quite pissed off at the MLBB because Homeboys was not playing and the stage was empty.
Right. So I guess like what you say, right? Like we are more towards who is the team that is playing, and then that's where the crowd will follow.
Yes.
But there, when I see that the country that is far away from our region, whether it's the Chinese region or Southeast Asia region,
Yeah.
this area, or you will still see the stadium having 70 to 80% people in there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it feels like to me, it doesn't matter what game or which team is playing, you will still have the crowd. So that, seeing it in front of my eyes, again, it makes me think that whatever that actually you say is like, I still can't see it, I feel that the support there is crazy good.
It's like entertainment for them, right?
Yeah, I have two things to say about that topic. Number one, it's nice to have a population of
It's like
of
a-
China, like what's the population right now? 1.4 billion right now.
Oh my god.
Like, so you maybe see 1 billion of people who are into esports, but the 4 billion of people opposite is still a lot,
Yeah. A percentage
So-
of you guys is much more bigger than a percentage of Malaysian.
Yes, but the 1 million fans can definitely fill the Asian Games Stadium, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I just fact checked this. So according to Mr. Google, in 2021, Malaysia has a population of 33.57 million.
That's in 2021.
2031. So assuming that the number is not that far, right?
Yeah, it's going to be like 40.
Say you go max 40.
Yeah.
You stretch it, you go 40 million now, right?
Yeah.
China was like what? How many billion was it?
It's not even M.
1.4
1.4
billion.
B. It's a B. So even if you take 1% there, it would be more than our 10%.
I can't even imagine. That's the kind of number that you can't even imagine to see. Like if it's a rain, if 1% is a drop of water, let's just say that, I'll be flooded if it's a 4 point something billion drops of water.
So I want to come to the economics of the thing that we discussed, right?
Okay.
Is that not enough in the Chinese region to convince the community that, hey, you know what, it's good, right?
I mean, if there's more ice and there's more games for them to compete with, so they need to spend a bit more to convince people, I guess.
I think I have to say something because I think I sounded too negative because what I described was actually true, but because we have been debating each other since 20 years ago about what the esports is, should government accept it, but I have to say it's getting better,
Oh, okay.
Yes, people in China who are younger, they have experienced gaming and esports. As you can imagine, they become esports fan, or maybe become neutral of it, or maybe they just watch the most important games each year, but they think, okay, it's good. I'm not going to put my kids into this industry, but I think it is in industry is okay. These are kind of neutral stuff. You know, I think this percentage is growing bigger and bigger. Uh, so I have to say it's really it's very positive. And the second thing I'd like to mention was like I'm a, I didn't realize until you mentioned it, because I think Chinese people are really welcome to foreign people who share the same interests and hobbies. So, so you know what I mean? Like in Brazil, we see people like if the tournament final didn't have a Brazilian team, audience just don't go to the event. But the Chinese team can enjoy the neutral games more. You know?
Is it because
You know what I mean?
is it because like you have been trained to welcome visitors? That's why even though if it's not your home team playing, you come to show support because you are already educated from young to support visitors.
I think it's kind of more sophisticated problem. I don't think I can provide you with a perfect answer, but I think trans people, we are interested in a lot of things, and we have a huge population, so we will always have a large group of people who are interested in certain things. You know what I mean?
It comes back to the population number.
Yeah, it's because it's like
Yeah.
only 1% is bigger, so only 1% comes to the event.
Yeah.
It's like the stadium is full. So that's what it
Yes.
is. Yeah.
That's one great thing about Chinese market. Because I went to so many countries and meet all you guys, talk to you guys last year, so I have a new what's called no reflection new reflection on Chinese market.
New
I think
perspective on
we were reflection. Yeah, I think we are a little bit blessed as a esports industry person in China. Because anything we do will have a lot of audience. No matter we make games or we make content, I think it's a bless. I think that's how Tencent becomes so huge in the world, because they get enough uh, income from China alone. So like ByteDance, they make money from China alone. Then they grow into a global company. It's rare in the world. It's China is so biggest independent market in the world. You know, I think that's a privilege. I just realized this year. Last year, I guess.
Yeah, and as of the recording, I was actually have a chat with yesterday with one of the Valorant team owners.
Oh, okay.
And well, their team has not entered VCT yet.
Okay.
As of our recording now, but what he was telling me is that I think it's the same thing that we know of. The players, for them to be truly successful long term and everything, is to penetrate into China market.
Yep.
Yeah. So even he would want to send his players to the Chinese market.
Yes.
But the only one barrier is that language.
That's always a problem.
Yeah. But whoever who can, like from Malaysia, to be in the Chinese market, they are like super successful.
True.
Nothing to say. Ex Nova,
Yep.
Kaze, you can name a lot more.
Even if you want to say Veki, because Veki have penetrated the Chinese market as well.
Yeah, he went there for a while.
Yeah,
So and then he
yeah.
says he missed nasi lemak and
Yeah, then he come back here. But it's still successful nonetheless.
yeah, it is. So even I'm not sure like whether like you're aware, but even like in Southeast Asia, our players want to go there.
Because it's like I said, it's the biggest market in the world, and it opens up a lot of business opportunity for your players, right? And back in the days, a lot of songs of billionaires was sponsoring the esports teams. You must have heard that, like IG, super famous, the son of a billionaire in China, you know. Yeah. So now in China, it's the esports landscape has turned into a new era. How can I call it? Maybe we call it the big branding era. Big branding era. So all the teams are owned by serious investors, like Jingdong, like Bilibili Gaming, like they they have strong background. They have like people who are capable of exploring business opportunities. I can't do that. You have to get people who are in connection, who has good connection with the branding world. It's not only within esports. If you only work in the esports world, you can only get sponsorship from like uh, mouse pads and PCs, right? You know, you have to people. You have to work with brand outside of a game. Like I just checked. I was checking the LPL sponsorship list. They had Benz, Mercedes Benz, like Nike years ago. Now leaning, and do you know YSL, the makeup brand?
Yeah, YSL.
Yes, YSL, even YSL.
Yeah.
Durex,
What?
condom company,
Yes, he said it right.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
it's a necessity.
You need armor in game, you need armor outside the game.
Yes, that's true. They have kind of the same, a similar ad in China. Yeah, and Durex and their competitor have to enter this area too, because esports is targeting a lot of young male audience.
Yeah. But it's the
Yeah.
reality, though.
It's still reality.
reality.
It's just not our reality. It's their reality.
Because I remember when I
Yeah.
did the Road to Asian Games, right?
Yeah.
Now our sponsor spills are like what he said. It include car brands and like all like not your normal
Yeah.
esports gaming brands in our spills.
In our spiel, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess to them it's already normal enough.
Yeah, so
We need to get their level.
correct, and that's how wide their market is.
Yeah.
Even like when we talk about sponsorship coming in, right? But okay, so I think China is like a well-known place to invest in and do business and all that.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
But there's an emerging market for esports, which is the Middle East, Riyadh, Dubai. Like they even announced the esports World Cup to
Yeah,
happen
Kuwait.
in the middle of this year. And the one thing is about the announcement and the money, the prize pool. But one thing that really took my attention is the fact that they got Ronaldo to be at their press conference. It
Yes.
is crazy you can get Ronaldo to appear there.
I mean, for them,
And say yes to it.
For them, it's just money talks, lah. But they are trying to make it such a non-esport thing. Like getting in Ronaldo, like for esport people, I would not be surprised if they don't know who Ronaldo is.
Yeah, if you don't know Ronaldo, I don't know where
If
do
you are
live.
really esports,
Yeah.
you know.
You're not born yet or something.
But that is not their target. The target is to get the normal people to watch esports. So that's why they bring in Ronaldo. And I'm like,
Yes.
a brave, bold move by them.
What's your take on this? The fact that the Middle East they are investing so much in esports now.
I mean, you guys must have read about their other reports, like their 2030 plan. They have a, do you know that? That's a vision. Like they are going to transit, the whole nation is going to transform into a different level. I think it's great to see a country like Saudi or maybe Middle East in general to treat esports as a part of national strategy, from the government perspective. I think it's a good thing, and it will bring a lot of money as well as power into the world. Money talks. Money talks. They got influential people to go to speak to all the organizations, like all they sponsor the FIFA a lot,
Yeah.
right? The money is not everything, but they have, if they can get as many as important people to know more about esports, I think it's good thing itself. You know, because people have to look at esports because it's like give out millions of dollars. I think it's a good start. Second of all, I think it's probably will transform esports into a new era, which uh, country countries will do more within this place, like, or maybe national capitals will do more in this space. We we have concluded the past 20 years into uh, two areas. The first part is, we call it grassroots areas, like anyone can bring
Grassroots.
build any brands, right? And all the third parties, WCGs, right? The second area is like for past 10 years, we had Riot Games that Valve, the developers control everything,
Yep. Okay.
right?
Yep.
And the third area, I'm guessing right now, national capitals will play a big part of it. You know, I'm not sure if it is true. The one sports company in Southeast Asia, is it owned by the national capital of Singapore?
One Esports.
What esports?
Is it owned by Singapore? I think no. Okay, I don't know. I can't verify it.
I have
But
no
I think
idea.
they're just an independent company.
Yeah.
No. Like what they have like one sport. They have like all the boxing competition
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, they have all the normal
Yeah.
sports as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some investors of them. I don't know the English name of it. It's Singapore's national capital. You can check it, or we can check it later. And Saudi is going obviously as investing a lot, and you must heard Moscow, like Russia, is doing a game of future.
Ooh.
Yes. Phygital.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yes, they have some weird like mixed games. Like you play basketball in real life and then you play basketball video games together.
my God.
Together, it's weird. But they invite Dota teams too, right? Dota is obviously very huge in Russia. So I think countries are going to, like countries who are trying to do more in the digital space, they will invest more in this esports niche. Although it's niche, but it's so influential, they can't ignore it.
Okay, my thoughts on the Esports World Cup, right?
Okay.
I welcome all this. Very, very welcome. And I'm very happy to see that this sort of mega investments coming into the world of esports. And I think there's still room and opportunity. Even like what we see publishers, they also collaborate with the Esports World Cup. Like I believe that Mobile Legends will be part of that as well. And also even like previously PMWI.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sem9 went.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went.
Oh, by the way, thank you to Sem9 for hosting our place. Yeah, gotta give
You're
a shout out
welcome.
to Sem9.
I mean, she's not here, so I need to say you're welcome.
Oh, okay. On behalf of
behalf
Sem9.
of Sem9.
So, and PMWI potentially, and it's not officially announced, but I think it will happen there also. So we can see this sort of collaboration, and of course, it fills up the year's calendar. With
Yeah, the
esports.
esport is going to be non-stop for like it doesn't matter which game you're focusing on.
Correct. So I don't see them to be competing. In fact, I see them integrating into the whole esports system. So I think it's a very good opportunity here. And we saw that the marketing value out of it,
Yeah.
the money, the viewership for PNWI was
Quite high.
was
It's
very high.
really high.
You were part of the content team, obviously for Sem9, so
Yeah.
you would know what's happening. For phygital, okay, for the benefit of our audience, so phygital is actually a combination between digital and physical. So let's say if, for example, right, and this is just example, you have a Tekken competition.
Okay.
Tekken, and then within the same category, but you might put different players, you will also have MMA. Yeah, and I'm just giving this as an example, yeah, right? So
Okay,
this is how they kind of combine it. And another example of combination is that laser tag
Paintball.
is a phygital. Laser tag.
Oh, laser
Just
tag?
laser tag.
It's just laser. Oh, because you are running around.
Yeah, you're physically playing,
You're
but
physically playing.
you're digitally shooting people. Something like that.
There
It's a
is
form
a-
of laser tag. I don't know what's it called, but it's a form of laser tag.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. There is a game like that. Yeah, they're using VR headset. They are running around
Yeah.
in an open field. For us, it looks like an empty field, but for them, they have like walls and up there.
But I wonder, right? Like, what do you think, in your opinion? Like, how far will the phygital grow in the overall market?
The future is very bright because we see esports as a competition using electricity device, right? No matter whether it's a PC or mobile phone or VR or now we have drones like robots fighting. We call it esports in China too. Yeah. So so the definition of esports is going to expand a lot in the future. But one thing, what makes esports so popular in the world right now is because it's accessible.
Yeah.
And most like biggest esports games are all free to play. But if you want to play digital, want to compete in joins as XR, you have to invest in a lot.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, you invest quite a lot.
Even like, let's not talk about like community investment. If you talk about like individual player investment,
Yeah.
just for you to play laser tag on your own, it's either you have to go to one of those laser tag
Location,
places and you
yeah.
need to spend like per hour and the cost is not cheap, or you get your own equipment. But if you get your own equipment, you still need the facilities and all that.
Yeah.
So it's quite a heavy investment also.
Yeah, that investment, the start up, just for you to start the game, you are risking a lot by, I want to spend this much money to become a pro player. What happened if you didn't make it?
Yeah. And
You know why mobile games viewership is so great and overtook like PC game because everybody has mobile phones, right?
Everyone has.
It's the same thing. So I guess maybe all the tech companies they are going to create esports competitions, but it's just for a certain small amount of people. It's like, but the general definition of esports is still like free games, you know.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be the biggest factor of all. Because whatever the case may be, people want to enjoy. They don't want to buy a new console. They don't want to buy a new thing just to play that.
just for doing one thing.
Yeah. What's the game? Like for example, in Malaysia, COD is not that famous. Not because they are not famous. Like esports COD, because American always play on Xbox for COD. They don't
Yes.
play on PC. So in Malaysia, we don't want to buy an Xbox just to play COD. It's a waste of money.
Yeah. So if there's no, sorry about shit, you have to cut it. My alarm.
Oh yeah, this one is out now already.
Or Warzone Mobile.
Yeah, well, cause mobile, I just got the notification yesterday.
One thing I have to say is like without enough audience, you can't make money from the esports title
True.
itself. So it will stay as a marketing tool for the developer, just like the games, you know.
Yeah, but that's why they make it a mix. So even in their format, you will have. So I gave the example Tekken
Yeah,
and then something else.
Yeah.
So so how I see it is that you kind of use the established channel like or Tekken or Mobile Legends to come in for the viewers to open the door, and then after Tekken there is this. Maybe I will stay to watch because I'm curious how it looks like.
I have another idea about that. Let's just make they want to buy because all of this is with VR headset. Let's just imagine that lah. So why don't we make an esports viewable from a VR headset? Example, you want to watch TI. You don't need to buy a ticket to sit at the venue to watch TI. You just wear the headset, you buy a ticket online, and you can just watch it. So slowly but
I think-
surely, it becomes like, oh, everyone needs to buy a headset.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the future. Like 20 years ago, we don't have a mobile phone for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Maybe after 20 years, we have a chip in our brain.
Oh, yeah, chip in our brain. Wow, someone's been watching movies.
So I've been watching a lot of futuristic stuff.
So we are going to play basketball in our brain. It's an esports.
You're right, it is an esports.
Actually, all these imaginative things, even though he says it, and maybe our audience might think that he's just talking something out of the sci-fi movie. But if you remember, like you just reversed like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Sci-fi movies would say that, oh, we can answer our phone through our watch. 20 years later,
Yeah.
it happens. You can.
Yeah. You can go to a market to buy groceries, walk in and just walk out. It will automatically detect and pay by itself. Like,
Yeah.
Even though it's not available here yet, but for you guys, I feel like you have a few shops like that.
Yeah, I think it's just it depends on the level of technology and the price. Like it will, like technology level will definitely go high, and the price for all the tech products will definitely go down. It's just normal.
Yeah.
But we just don't know what the final form will be. Oh, will it be a final form? We don't know. We just keep explore. You know.
Someone likes Dragon Ball.
Have you collected all of them to watch this game?
Yeah.
Don't start anime topic with him.
No,
I tell you. Don't
Okay,
start. It will be another 10-hour long podcast. Okay, but I think we can summarize is that we are curious to see,
Yeah.
at least for me, I'm curious to see how the whole phygital thing will actually expand. How far will it go? So the acceptance, the adoption with the market and all that. Okay, but speaking about adoption of the market, right? So we are already towards our final segment. So maybe let's talk a little bit more about what is your the thing that you want to see for 2024.
Personally, I'd like to see VCT China like from the very beginning closely and through the whole year. You know, like I said, I've been working with these league teams, players, owners. I've known them closely for 3 years now. So I really want to see them succeed, and I want yeah. And secondly, I think esports has come to some kind of difficult situation. People are hard to find money, you know. Like even LPL has all sorts of sponsorship, but it's harder for them to sell streaming rights because streaming platforms don't have enough funds because the economy is not doing so well, you know. And they are one of the few leagues that can sell streaming rights. You know, a lot of leagues are broadcast for free. You know, so teams, leagues, players have to get new income stream. Right. So Variant, they are going to make more digital goods, like maybe like Cisco, maybe like Dota. But Cisco and Dota, they just provide digital goods. They don't provide a good ecosystem. So Riot Games already have good ecosystem, good structure. Now they are going to provide more digital goods which relate to esports teams or maybe players themselves. I think that's one thing I want to follow, and I wish them to succeed.
Yeah, I think the strategy of Valorant for them to come up with the in-game item that's exclusive to whether it's Masters or whatever, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, it's too brilliant. And I was saying this why, and I wonder if you're aware, but it's too brilliant that when the first time they did it, and X10 Crit that time, a team from Thailand, they reached that stage. I think it was called Masters that time, and from so from the sales, it is actually divided into the teams that actually compete at that global stage of Valorant that time. And it's a lot of money. It comes in millions of US dollars per team, like 10 double-digit million US dollars per team. So it's a lot of money there. It is too good that there was a dispute between the players and also the org. Like, how do we do a profit sharing that time? Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You remember that one?
Actually,
Yeah,
before
I remember that one, and it's just a skin a general skin. It's not a team-based skin.
yeah.
Or the player-based skin. If they can provide more skins, or maybe just like CS:GO, more stuff personalized, strongly related to superstars, how much will they make?
Correct. Dota actually does that.
Dota does what?
Not the recent time TI,
Okay.
but at the previous, or at least the previous TIs, they did was they have this skin that is tagged to the player.
Yeah.
The skin that is tagged to the talent. So, and they would put it as like, or signed by Kuroki or
Yes.
whoever the player
Yes.
is. So the part of the revenue, the profit sharing, will go directly to that single player.
Actually, that one, Fortnite is doing that. Fortnite, if you want to buy something, you put on a referral code, and the talent will get a portion of the money.
They call it the
Creators
code, right?
Creators code. So that's good. I mean, you know, before this, League of Legends done that for their rank system. If you are the top, I can't remember the number. Let's just say top 50 in the world, you get a jacket, a varsity jacket.
Yes.
It's mainly Veki got one.
Okay.
They stopped doing it already. It's like a challenger thing. They put your IGN at the back.
Yes,
it's
challenger,
official
yes.
from Riot. They post it all over the world.
Man.
They stopped doing it already, but before this, they do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss them.
Yeah.
Yes, they have to do more like that, but in that digital form.
Yeah.
Like, yes. So the Riot game system already have good exposure regularly, not like Dota or CS:GO, right? That's already exists. So the teams can sell ads, sales exposure basically, stably.
Yeah.
That's
a stable income. If they can open up more digital revenue, that's the future. I'm believing.
Yep, and sustainability for orgs and all that, if it can be done well, it's actually, I believe that it can be very well profitable for
It
orgs.
will.
But of course, orgs have to perform to be there to earn that. So fair enough, right? Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you get it. It's,
Yeah, it's not like, oh, you just join and you are like maybe nobody team that cannot even break into a professional scene and you still get no.
Yeah.
You perform, you get rewarded handsomely, and I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Because orgs invest a lot in that, right?
Yeah.
So what is your 2024 for esports they want to see?
I want a better experience for viewers.
Okay.
More interactable for viewers. Like for example, in PUBG Mobile, let's just say PUBG Mobile, the scores is not built into the videos. You can actually click, like you can actually hover your mouse there, click and see individual data. Like in Dota, you can hover on Twitch.
Yeah.
Then you can click on the hero and you can see the item, you can see the damage that they've done. Imagine that
Yes.
happening for PUBG Mobile or Mobile Legends itself. You just hover your mouse, click, oh, got 3 people. Here are the names that people are still alive.
Okay.
How many item they have.
I'll throw you the curveball, right?
Okay.
Do you think viewers care?
Yes, because viewers want data.
Really?
Yeah. Viewer wants to see specifically their favorite player, how many kills they have. Right now, the only data that we have is if the observer go to the player they want, then they can see. Oh, they got 4 kills off camera, but who got the kill? They have the
You know, I would want to modify your thought, like
Okay.
to be mine, right?
Okay.
So, if I'm a viewer,
Ah.
I probably don't care about the data, and
Yeah.
this is based on how I see. Like, if you have a show, you finish the game, and then when it comes to scoreboard or
they
the
don't
stats,
care.
nobody really
They
cares.
chow.
At least from my viewer, you can see the viewership numbers drop during
Yeah.
those segments. But I think as a viewer, you would want to see the POV of your favorite team or player.
Oh my God.
So if, let's say PUBG Mobile, you have 16 teams playing, observer can not catch all the teams. And this is how it is, right? But as a viewer, if let's say I like Paraboy. Even if he looting, even if he prone, not do anything, I just want to see Paraboy. Yeah. So if I'm a viewer, I click that, I was like, he's not doing anything, but it's fine, it's Paraboy.
I think POV.
Yeah.
I think POV is the best way to broadcast any battle royale game.
Yes.
You know, you just follow the guy you care the most, and then you go through the journey with him, and it helps fans to closely connect to their idols more. You know, and it's really tough to watch the game from my point of view. If it's like a third party thing, third party angle thing, you know, you can't get enough information from any angle. You can't, you don't really want to get all the information. You just get information just you care, you know. And regarding about the stats thing, I think it will be a very good feature for the viewers. But I don't think the problem is do viewers care. I think the question should be, does it bring more revenue to the game?
Your idea will give more revenue because people are going to watch it.
I would just stay and see my favorite player even though he's not doing anything. So the viewership maintained.
Yeah, the viewership maintained. And they can rewind or whatever the case. Like, oh, I don't want to, you're talking about stats? Okay, you go, I can just watch my POV again. This is the best
because they have to invest in stats or any features, right?
Yeah.
So how can they get the money back? That's the number one thing for orgs or developers. Right.
Retention time, imagine the highlight is where you are discussing about the stats as well. So it's like, okay, here's the highlight, but the highlight is like 60%, and the right side will be like, okay, here's the top 3 kills, and here's the highlight of the person that you are talking about.
Of your...
Oh my God.
Well, you need a lot of casters for that.
You need a lot of casters. No, I'm thinking about the production side. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow. How many screens will you have?
You made 64 player on a big ass screen, a 100-inch screen that you can see individual.
Your entire NASA is there. Your head producer will not have a head after that.
Your 5 head is not 4 head anymore.
Gone.
Oh my God.
But the thing that I want to see, right, like hopefully in 2024, but I think it's quite long term, is that because of the growth of esports, I do hope that we get to see better structure when it comes to recognizing the people within the infrastructure or the roles within the infrastructure. So, for example, I see there's some work done by was it IESF or EASF? I forgot which one. Is that they are moving towards certification of marshals. That's good. So, so certification of marshals, so that. It's just like how FIFA works, right?
Yeah.
You want to be a FIFA referee. Yeah.
Marshal is referee, right?
Marshal is referee.
Marshal is referee.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like how a FIFA referee works. Like in order for you to referee an official match, whether it's English Premier League or even like the Malaysian League and all that, you have to be certified by FIFA. So I think if we move towards that, that will also help individual economies as well. Like people will take the courses, they can get themselves well certified, and they can earn a better living out of it with this growth of the economy. Yeah, so that you don't get anyone who is maybe not even qualified to be a referee, but they just be there. So I think it's a fair ecosystem, and so that is like that one part. And also I'd like to see like the governance to be stronger, because as we grow, there are a lot more loose ends. Like for example, like player contracts or player and org contracts. Maybe some things are not fulfilled between both sides, and then you will have a lot of drama with it. Like for example about the whole Valorant, the skin money thing, the Vandal skin money thing. So I hope that there will be at some point like a good governance of how all this should be taken care of. Just like how we have FIFA to govern a lot of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, basically you want to standardize everything, yeah, and you want to have a governing body of esports, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but who's going to have the biggest say?
Yeah, that's the question.
Correct.
That's going to be the next episode.
I like how he segued into that. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out more about our next episode, okay, make sure to give us a follow. By the time we publish this, we are on Spotify as well.
Oh, let's go!
Oh my God! Okay, we're growing. And we'd like to hear from you guys as well. What do you guys think is the that camera, right?
That camera, yeah, this camera.
What do you guys think is the 2024 thing in esports that you look forward to? Put in the comment section and maybe we'll discuss that in our next episode. So again, thank you so much for watching. You guys have been amazing. Xiao Ma all the way from Shanghai, by the way. Yep, same time zone.
Thank you.
Yep. PSA, same time zone. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.